Back here on the PAC Sports Network for our halftime show as we're at the break between Waynesburg and Chatham. And we're now joined by the head coach of Waynesburg women's basketball, Coach Sam Jones. Thanks so much for joining us today, Coach. And I want to get into the early part of your season because your team is off to a lightning hot start, won your first 4 games of the year. What's been clicking for your team early this season?
I think again, we started a lot of freshmen last year, a lot of younger players, and they just have grown their understanding of the game. We've got some great leadership. They're holding each other accountable, and we've got some talented players. And now that the light bulb has gone on, and we're starting to see results of our labors.
And you mentioned the youth from the team from last year, but they've had a whole year to develop and grow and have a whole year of college basketball under their belt. Where have you seen this team grow the most on the court from last season to this season?
Confidence and decision making. We've always had the talent. Last year, if you look at a lot of our results, we play 3 good quarters and then have one absolutely awful quarter. So just a growth and an understanding of decision making and how to not let those big runs happen or have an entire quarter that's awful. And then just confidence in their skills and then executing on that confidence.
Well, you returned one of your key scorers from last year in Callista Friday. And last year, she was a brand new player on the team, but she had already played a year of college basketball coming from Defiance College. How have you seen her confidence grow in the program after having a full year at Waynesburg under her belt?
She's grown a lot. Callista, obviously, she's a great player. She's a great player last year. She's even better this year. I think it's just more understanding of our system and fitting and where she fits into that. And again, her decision making has been a lot better this year, and she's really grown in that area. And when you add that to the talent that she brings, it's a great combination for sure.
And a player that I'm sure loves playing with Callista and Mia Hankins, a great three-point shooter. What does her ability as a three-point threat kind of do for your offense and allows you to do offensively?
Well, we had a bunch of three-point threats, but Mia is definitely one of them. It just helps spreads the floor for people to get to the rim. It spreads the floor for our post to do some work. And the one of the great things about Mia is besides being a three-point specialist, and these two things don't usually go together, but Mia is our lockdown defender on the other team's best guard most nights. So she just brings a whole lot to the table for us.
It's great having a 3-and-D player, having somebody that can do it on both sides of the floor. And you also have a lot of presence down low that comes back from last year. Jules Moorbacher and Kayla Howard, two real dominant forces down low as shot blockers and rebounders. How do they kind of play off one another when they're playing together, both offensively and defensively?
Well, they just bring so much to us on both ends of the floor. You know, we haven't had Kayla yet this year, but she will be back. So we're excited to have that. But just the defensive presence that she brings with her shot blocking ability, both of them are quick. Jules is a phenomenal rebounder, phenomenal defender, and obviously can score. Kayla has the ability to score and does a really good job guarding some other bigs in the conference. So just that combination of toughness and length and speed down low, it adds to what we do.
What kind of confidence does it give other players on the team knowing that if they get beat on the perimeter, they've got somebody like Jules or Kayla coming over and helping?
It's great. Hopefully we can get beat on the perimeter a lot less. But yeah, it definitely helps when our rotation's there. Also, Tori's leading the team in block shots right now. So that's another post that comes over and rotates over and gets some shot blocks for us. So yeah, it's nice to know that you've got some help back there if you do get beat.
And a lot of these players that we're talking about are, sophomores. They're still fairly young players. And with them now kind of having a year or a year of college basketball already being played, they're kind of now probably seen as the leaders of this team. How have you seen them become leaders and really maybe develop that leadership despite still being underclassmen?
Just their work ethic. Mia and Kara McFadden, two of our starters, sophomores, are also team captains, along with Aubrey Burns, a junior. So their work ethic is unquestioned, and they just understand the game and play really well together. Kara's had a couple big games for us this year, and she brings a lot to the table as far as overall IQ. And we just got a group that loves the game. And when you have a group that loves the game, then they want to do the things and they want to understand why we do what we do offensively, why we do what we're doing defensively. And so when they want to understand the why, um, then they're out there playing and executing as instead of just being robots going through the motions trying to figure it all out.
Well, definitely sounds like there's a lot of excitement on Waynesburg's campus with women's basketball. And Coach, before we get you out of here, I want to hear how you feel you guys can kind of build off of last year, carry some of this really strong momentum if you've built to begin the season, and carry it with you through the entire season, going through to the PAC tournament.
I think it's just an understanding of that, we've had a couple rough years prior to this, and just an understanding that we are a good team and just continuing to grow in our confidence. And as that builds, be able to add more stuff to what we do and execute it better. I think we know that we were close last year in a lot of games, but this year so far, we have figured it out and come out on top. So hopefully we can continue to just build on that and understand how to execute in tough situations, knowing that we've put the work in and having confidence in what we can do.
Well, we here at the PAC Sports Network are very excited to see the rest of the season for the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. Coach, thanks so much for spending some time today, and good luck the rest of the year.
Absolutely my pleasure. Thank you so much, Jack, for having me, and to the entire PAC Sports Network for all that they do for women's basketball.
That's Waynesburg women's basketball head coach Sam Jones. Don't go anywhere, as we'll have more PAC hoops coming up in the second half right here on the PAC Sports Network.